Hey there, this is Jackie Bros.
It's Dunlap.
And I tell you, today's show, I got a great sponsor. It's Sullivan's Auto Parts for all your auto needs. Yep, that's Sullivan's Auto Parts.
Is that it?
Huh? What do you mean?
Is that all you got to say about them?
What else am I supposed to say about them? It's your auto parts store, Auto Parts, Sullivan's Auto Parts. You know what? You know where it is?
Yeah, it's right off the square.
Well,
I just usually when we do these things, you say something weird or stupid.
What?
That you didn't get all the information we need.
I don't say anything weird or stupid. You try to do your sponsor, and you come in.
Like some complicated backstory.
You can try to make one up if you want to. I did the sponsor. I'm done.
That's all. There's nothing weird. They don't have no weird special. I can say, what the hell are you talking about? That's stupid.
No, it's just an auto parts store. If your car, windshield wipers, whatever you need,
Yep.
You go down there. He'll come out and look at you. If you take it in there sometimes, that's it.
No weird specials going on where you have to do something strange and
why are you
redundant
trying to
make
it? There ain't nothing weird about it. It's an auto parts store. Sullivan's Auto Parts. That's it.
Well, it's just that every time we do the sponsors, and I think that people have come to expect that the sponsors are going to last about 30, 35 minutes before we even get to the meat of the show.
Meat.
And that they're going to be all about the colorful characters here in Murfreesboro and their eccentric goings-on and the comical ways they do business and the strange, out of the ordinary places you can only find here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Are you gonna you're gonna get mad at me because I'm talking about a prostitute?
I don't want to hear about no prostitute.
Or I'm gonna get mad at you because you don't know what they sell, or you get 3 sticks of candy in a bundle, but you can't get 2 sticks of candy.
They're not my sponsor this week. I did my sponsor. It's Sullivan's Auto Parts, off a square, for all your auto needs. That's it. They give me $25. Sold and done. Done deal, as I say.
It seems like you're kind of letting our listeners down. I think that there's a standard for this show that people look forward to us not falling below that standard.
I just tried to do the sponsor, and you irritate the hell out of me for it. If that's some kind of standard, I don't want to have nothing to do with it.
Does he talk to his dead wife, or is there a...
No, you know him. He runs an auto parts store. Sullivan's Auto Parts. That's it.
Are these parts funny to look at, or...
It's car engine parts, floor mats, windshield
weirdly
wipers,
expensive?
mirrors. I don't know. Sun visors, this, that.
Organized in with a strange system that makes sense to no one.
It's just Sullivan's Auto Parts. I don't know what else you want me to do. I'm supposed to do the sponsor at the top. That's what I'm doing. That's it. That's what they told me to say, and I said it.
It just feels a little bit like you're falling down on your part of your obligation.
There ain't no parts to it. Why are you irritating the hell out of me? I did my sponsors.
Well, I got a good sponsor this week, Jackie, and I think this is more what our audience is looking for.
I don't want to hear about no prostitute or criminal or any kind of... I don't want to hear it.
McKinley Air Conditioning is my sponsor this week. McKinley Air Conditioning. Sales and repairs. Stay cool this summer with McKinley Air Conditioning.
I know, yeah, it's off the square. I know where that is.
Yeah, all the McKinleys.
Yeah. Actually, I'll take it back. That's a good sponsor you got there. That's a good one.
So I guess we're done.
Huh?
We just really zoomed through those.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're just supposed to say sponsor, and that's it, and you go.
Is that even 5 minutes? Should we do 5 minutes on the sponsors?
I don't know. I ain't timing this. Hell.
Okay.
All right, then.
Fine.
That's it. What you did, I did my sponsor, you did yours.
You don't want to insult my sponsor or anything?
Nice man, a good family. Why would I want to insult it? Everybody needs air conditioning units. He can repair whatever it does. I mean,
yeah, stay cool this summer.
Well, yeah.
McKinley.
Everybody got a car. Everybody got an air conditioner. The only two sponsors. Nothing wrong with either one of them.
Yep, pretty cut and dry.
Yeah. That's it then, right?
Yeah, we're done. We're done with this.
Okay, all right then. All right.
I mean, I don't know. If we think long enough, we could probably come up with some dirt on one of them.
I don't want to come up with no. Why do you want the dirt on them? It's just they give you $25. You say their place of business, and you hope somebody goes there, and
Well, that's how I think most podcasts do it. They read the copy, and it's just sometimes we get into the.
I don't know how anybody
history.
Does nothing. If you have a sponsor, you say the name of the person. They give you $25. That's it. That's all it's supposed to be.
Did Sullivan have a divorce? Did he get divorced?
No, he ain't getting no divorce.
I'm thinking of Randy's Auto Parts.
No, I don't. They're separated, I think. The Randy is.
Randy, yeah.
But
they're working it out.
But that ain't the sponsor, and no reason to talk about them. There's absolutely no reason to bring up Randy Auto Parts at all.
Right. In a way, it's sort of insulting to Sullivan's Auto Parts.
Well, because that's our sponsor. Why are you mentioning his competition? He's going to ask for his $25 back now.
Wow, we could have got in and out real fast.
Well, you say the name of the sponsor.
Sullivan Auto Parts.
I said it already. You don't have to do it.
For all your auto needs.
I said that.
McKinley Air Conditioning. Sales and repair. Stay cool this summer with McKinley. Boom.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be done. Yeah,
it is. That's exactly it. Textbook sponsorship.
But no screaming and hollering, no prostitutes. Nobody been to jail. Nobody stealing this or that.
No, everything pretty self-explanatory and above board.
Well,
good job, Jackie.
Well, I say you did a good job. What I tell you, because you start to wind me up there, but then you step back, looked at. That's how it's supposed to be done.
It's just a weird situation. It took me a second to adjust.
I'm glad we went through what we went through. As long as you come out the other end knowing what the hell we're doing now. You say you sponsor.
Yep.
That's it. That's it.
It's not a competition to say who can insult the other one's sponsor more.
If you find you in a conflict of interest, but auto parts and air conditioners there ain't no conflict of interest there. Mm-hmm. Everybody needs one or the other.
I'll bet Sullivan goes to McKinley when their air conditioning goes out.
I'm sure he does.
McKinley goes and buys auto parts from Sullivan Auto Parts.
It's a fine establishment. No reason not to. Yeah.
As far as I know, Sullivan and McKinley get along swimmingly.
They know each other, yeah. Go to social functions, that's that.
You've seen them together at parties?
Not at parties or whatever. I don't know.
Lions Club?
I don't know.
Chamber of Commerce?
I don't remember. In here, probably, I don't go nowhere. They probably come in here at the same time.
See each other at the store.
Well, that's how, yeah.
Getting a barbecue sandwich and sun drop.
That's what you do here, yeah.
Friends.
As far as I know.
Well, good job, Jackie. I guess there's absolutely nothing interesting or unusual about these sponsors.
Well, it shouldn't be.
We did not fight. We didn't scrap.
Well, you was trying to wind me up there, but like I said, it's worth it if you come out the other end knowing what the hell you're talking about now. You just say you sponsor. That's a fine sponsor. McKinley, that's better than any prostitute. He's not a prostitute, and he's never broken the law, been in jail as far as I know. That's appropriate sponsor.
I think we got in and out in what? About 40 seconds, I'd say.
Yeah, if you do it right, you just say it and it's done. You're over with. And then you get on to
the real part of the show.
The rest of the talking part, yeah.
Well, good job, Jackie. You want to shake on it?
I'll shake on it, yeah. Give me there you go.
Hey, look at that. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes then. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from Dunlap's grandmother's basement in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
I got a sponsor this week, Jackie. Yeah. It's sort of a follow-up. If you remember last week, it was sort of an unusual, it was our special edition podcast episode.
Use our town, yeah.
88 was our special edition. I had to get on down the road. We recorded it ahead of time. But our sponsors is even a special edition in terms of our sponsors, whereas typically, we have a lot of sponsors on here, and Jackie gets mad about my sponsor. This is a prostitute. This sponsor stole his merchandise.
That's not a legitimate business.
Or Jackie has some sponsors that he doesn't know what they do or sell or services they provide. Or the sponsor talks to his dead wife and has a store full of coyotes now.
I think I got all that cleaned out by now.
Lots of different things that cause us sometimes to bicker, to spar verbally. Last week we had two sponsors we agreed on. It was pretty cut and dry. There was no dirty laundry being aired. There was no peculiar behavior involved. It was Jackie's sponsor was Sullivan Auto Parts,
right off Square, yeah.
And my sponsor was McKinley Air Conditioning, Service and Repair. Stay cool this summer with McKinley.
Yeah.
Nothing that upset either one of us.
No, it's what the sponsor's supposed to be. You're supposed to just say, and I didn't mean to get into all the detail. I just, that's what happened when I went to see that movie. I wasn't trying to talk bad about my particular sponsor. It didn't have nothing to do with the theater. It had to do with that family.
They like to hear a personal story.
Well, yeah. Every other experience I've ever had at Cola Christian Cinema has been just fine.
He didn't terrorize any children any other
Well,
times.
they didn't sit there and make a bunch of noise like heathens and this and that.
But I do need to clarify something. My sponsor this week is McKinley Air Conditioning again, sales and repair.
Yeah.
Stay cool this summer with McKinley.
Off of Square.
Yeah. We were talking about Sullivan Auto Parts and McKinley Air Conditioning. We said they're probably buddies.
Well, I said I seen them in the store before. They knew each other.
A lot of times our sponsors hate each other or are rivals.
Well, if one is not a sponsor and a thief robbing the other one that is a legitimate sponsor, then they got a reason to be upset as far as I'm concerned.
But McKinley wanted me to come on here and clarify that he is not friends with Sullivan of Sullivan's Auto Parts.
Wow.
He would describe them more as enemies.
Enemies?
I think his words were, he hates that son of a bitch.
Hey.
He said if he saw him crossing the street and he was in his car, the only reason he'd slow up is to get out and kick his ass.
Oh, that ain't... I saw him in the store. You making this up.
He said they used to run together. Something happened.
Something happened?
Well, there's some bad blood now. McKinley found some pictures.
Wow.
Sullivan. Nowadays, people don't remember. It used to be a scandal. Could say, oh, he found some pictures of him and whoever, his daughter, his wife, his brother, whatever.
Wow.
You find a picture, an envelope, got some pictures in it. The pictures maybe with the rounded corners. We're going back a few years.
Wait.
Those pictures are going to be seedy. There's going to be a story behind them. Now you get stuff emailed to them. You text, you sext Anthony Weiner. You send a picture of your junk. It turns up on phones. Used to, people had to go somewhere where you could get pictures developed, and the staff would just go, here you go. And that's how word would get out. And then they'd put them pictures somewhere, like in the glove compartment or in the drawer in the kitchen where they keep the pot holders and the lighters.
What?
And then you dig around in there, put them in your underwear drawer under your bed. That's where you put all the pictures of you out there, with a boob in your hand.
What? I don't want to hear anything.
You
what
know
has
what
got
I'm
to do
talking
with
about.
It? I don't know what
like
it's got to do with.
70s photograph with the rounded edges, kind of faded looking, like
You talking about dirty pictures? I know what you're saying. All right.
browned from like hanging it out the window, smoking a cigarette in your El Camino, like it wrapped around a boob.
All right, I don't need to
That's
hear this.
white
I don't know why.
from being, but the rest of her is brown, and you can't see faces, maybe chins. Like a pale breast and a tanned female arm and a tanned farmer's tan male, and that's the kind of picture people used to find.
What's this got to do with McKinley and Sullivan? It ain't got nothing to do with it.
I'm just setting a scene.
Well, I don't care what the scene is. I don't want to hear about all this.
He found some pictures
What has that got to do with?
of Sullivan with his cousin, Lynette.
Oh, hell.
Lynette is married to a man in a wheelchair. Nobody begrudges Lynette going out and doing what she can do. But McKinley just didn't think that his friend Sullivan was going to be messing around with Mrs. Lynette
Need to watch
wheelchair.
what you're saying on here. You taking the word of him. I don't know nothing.
He showed
about-
me the pictures.
Oh, hell.
Now, I
don't-
couldn't see Sullivan's face. I only
He's
saw his
mad
chin.
and got-
But he got that scar on his chin.
He got a family of his own. You getting on here, run somebody down like that. Let them two settle it. I don't care how much money anybody gives you. You don't come on here and run somebody down.
Well, give me $25.
Well, if it's personal, then they need to work it out themselves. We don't need to talk about it on here.
Well, we got on here. We're the ones that said McKinley and Sullivan were best friends.
I
Meanwhile,
said
Sullivan,
I saw them in the store. I knew they socialized together, and I wasn't telling no fib. That's what I saw.
Sullivan's running around on his wife and his kids.
Oh, hell.
Lynette's
You
husband.
don't know that?
I do. It was when he was in the wheelchair basketball Olympics.
What?
And Lynette that's what was written on the back of the photo. He showed it to me, Jackie. It was written on the back. Like Sullivan got that scar on his chin. I saw the scar. And then on the back, it said, me and Lynette when her husband was in the wheelchair Olympics. And he's got his hand wrapped around her boob.
I didn't see these pictures, and I don't want to. It's none of my business. You let McKinley and Sullivan work that out on their own. You don't take $25 and run somebody down on here. There ain't no point in that. You just do legitimate sponsors. Now, if McKinley wants to do McKinley wash machine, that's fine. You don't need to take $25 to sit there and call someone a SOB or this or claim whatever. That's just hearsay. And I don't want to be involved in that.
Well, he said that we kind of started it. Because
I didn't start nothing. Took $25 for Sullivan Auto Parts. Sullivan's Auto Parts off square for all your auto part needs.
he said the way that you were talking about Sullivan's Auto Parts sounded like you loved Sullivan.
I don't.
He said if you're going to be Team Sullivan.
I like him as much as I like McKinley. I know him about the same. They both seem fine to me. I don't know nothing about this their personal lives. I don't need to know about
Well,
none of
McKinley said you sounded pretty pro Sullivan. And
I-
he said
they-
you are either with McKinley and against Sullivan or with Sullivan against McKinley. There's no middle ground.
Yeah, there is middle ground.
There's
If
no
somebody
middle ground.
If you give me $25, I just do the sponsor, and that's it. It don't matter who he likes or who he don't like. It ain't got nothing to do with it.
Look.
I said I saw them here in the store together, and I did. They used to come in here. They sit at the same booth and sit there and talk and eat barbecue. I've seen them do it.
Well, it's,
Now, I didn't say they was best friends. I just said I seen them socializing is what I did.
those days are over, Jackie.
Well, that's fine. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
World War I started over something even less than this.
What?
Pretty much, kind of. Sullivan and McKinley are going to rip this town apart, and you either stand with Sullivan or you stand with McKinley.
I don't stand with either one of them. They're
He
both
said
fine
he
establishments.
No.
If you need auto parts, it's just
It's
as
the
good.
coward's way, Jackie.
Cowards. What do you?
He said that he said him and Sullivan used to run together. And then he found these pictures, and he confronted Sullivan about it. They talked it out. They pushed each other around in the parking lot.
Why?
But then they're like, okay, you know what? This was a long time ago. We can let this go. But then he said when he heard you on here talking about how they were best buddies.
I didn't say no such thing. I said they
got to him, and he went over to Sullivan's house, and he, leave your car unlocked here in Murfreesboro. He took a butcher knife and just ripped the interior of his car
this
up.
I don't need to hear nothing about this. This got to do with authorities. Somebody's tearing up someone's personal property.
Said, hey, you own an auto parts store. Why don't you get you some new seats?
Well, you tell the police that I ain't got nothing to do with this.
Well,
neither do you.
You kind of do, because
do.
When you said it, that's what set him off. They're enemies.
If he gets set off because I saw him in here sitting here eating together one time, then he shouldn't have sat down with them and ate with him.
And it ain't just the podcast where this is getting out. It's election season here in Tennessee, and a lot of roadside signs like vote, Jasper Berry, sheriff, or whatever, county mayor, Lemuel tickets. But now there's road signs if you're on Team Sullivan or Team McKinley. It's come down to that. You either shop in Sullivan's Auto Parts, or you shop McKinley Air Conditioning.
Well, people need air conditioning and people need auto parts. It's two separate things.
No, you got to make a choice.
What do you mean I got to make a choice?
If
I need my air conditioner fixed and then I need something, new rear view mirror, I can go to both places.
Are you on the side of a short-tempered...
I ain't on nobody's side. That's the point I'm trying to make. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Upholstery ripper, or are you on the side of a man who fucks a wheelchair man's wife?
Enough. I'm not going to hear the language. It's bad enough when you're saying all this anyway. I don't need to hear that with it.
Did you not wonder riding down the road, you saw all these signs in people's yards said Sullivan, said McKinley? Did you think they was running for something? No.
I didn't think they was running. I thought just advertising for their establishment, various...
That's a false equivalency.
At the end.
False equivalency, Jackie. You got to pick a side in this day and age.
I don't have to pick no such thing. I ain't got nothing to do with either side of this. They need to work it out themselves, and that you don't need to have nothing to do with it. Taking no sides on here.
I'm a Team McKinley unless Sullivan wants to give me $25 and his side of the story.
No, he don't need to. If he wants you to be do a sponsor on here for him, if he wants you to be a sponsor on here, then you take $25. You don't take $25 and run somebody down or claim they held somebody's this or that or whatever in no picture.
It's just like you, Jackie, to fan the flames, get something stirred up, and step back and go like...
I didn't fan nothing. I said they come in here and they was socializing, and that's the
you've
truth.
Ripped this town in two.
I didn't do no such of a thing. Hell.
And I don't know how it's going to end, but it ain't gonna end good for half the people in this town.
Well, it's going to end however it's going to end. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
You are the Franz Ferdinand of this, Jackie.
What?
You're the Franz Ferdinand.
The Franz what?
And that's McKinley Air Conditioning. Sales, repair. Stay cool this summer.
That's fine.
With McKinley
Say that.
Air
That's
Conditioning.
all you had to say was that.
Fuck Sullivan.
Hey. Hey, it's Jackie Bros.
It's Dunlap.
Yeah, you're drinking a beer.
No, it's a Starbucks refresher, but it's pretty good. I feel like it sort of gives me energy. It doesn't weigh me down, doesn't make me sleepy, or it keeps me on top of my game mentally.
It looked like a skinny can of beer.
No, that's what you'd think. Oh, Dunlap's got in one of them skinny cans of beer.
Well, that never took off as big as it. Remember when I first stalked? When it first come out, that was in the that was back in the early 90s. Skinny beers.
I'm sure every woman who was an alcoholic was drinking skinny beers.
Skinny beer at the time, that's what kept it. But then eventually it just, I guess a lot of women, good for them, went to recovery or whatever, and then it just stopped selling or what. You know what I mean?
This was alcoholic women who cared about their appearance.
Yeah.
And when they either went and got some help or they died, the women who were left did not care so much about their, watching their figure or the
They just
male gaze.
drinking regular beer.
Yeah, just regular beer.
Yeah.
And skinny beer, honestly, I mean, according to most people I know who drank it, was just regular beer in a skinny can. But you put the word skinny on front of something.
But yeah, it's
Women
just,
buy it.
Yeah, I thought they looked like something like women would, a man looks silly drinking a skinny beer, so I'm about to pick on you. But you say that's a what is it?
It's a Starbucks refresher, strawberry lemonade flavor, real fruit juice, B vitamins, and ginseng.
Is that your sponsor?
Sparkling green coffee energy beverage, Jackie, when you need to stay alert and hydrated at the same time. Starbucks refreshers are vitalizing energy. No, it ain't my sponsor. I'm just drinking one.
Well, I don't know. You went to Starbucks and probably did you steal that from Starbucks or did you go buy it?
From where?
Starbucks.
Sound like you said Starfucks.
Hey, I wouldn't ever say that. What the hell are you talking about?
Like to me.
I didn't. If it sounded like that, I was Starbucks. I wasn't saying that.
Finally, this show is getting funny.
Oh, hell. I didn't say what you said I said. If it sounded that way, I wasn't trying to make it sound that way. Anyway, you sit in here, you come to my store, you steal beers left and right. I was wondering if Starbucks lets you do that too, or did you pay money at Starbucks?
No, I bought this at Jockie's. They got it in just by the Cokes.
What? You went to...
Well, you don't carry them. I went to Jockie's. Is that the one you hate, or is that Jickie's?
Jickie's! It's Jockie and Jickie's, and right now I don't want to get into it. I don't like either one.
Oh, you having a little convenience store feud?
Well, not as... I always hate Jockeys. That's always been. Forever and ever. Jickie's was all right. Jickie's, they sell gas. I'm not in a competitive, his gas store. I'm a, restaurant or serve barbecue here. But Jockie is a SOB, evil old, just one of the most low down. There's only one person worse than him, and that's, Cobbler Man. But I ain't going to mention his name. I don't want to get into that.
No, Cobbler Man. Oh, now you're making me hungry.
Well, I ain't ready for a cussing today. I'd like a little bit. I ain't ready for a cussing. It's a terrible...
When you get ready for a cussing, let me know. We'll run over there.
I ain't ever ready for a cussing. It's just how bad I'm ready for that delicious cobbler.
Right.
It's the best tasting thing. I'm ready for that probably every other day, but I try to block it out. Now, think about it. Eventually you're going to break down and just sit there and let him run you down. I don't know. Like I said, it's the best cobbler down. But I don't want to talk about him. I'm not going to mention that man's name.
That is not your sponsor. It's the Cobbler Man.
Jockie.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to do with Jockey's, never did. Now, Jickie's quit selling gas. And I said, well, how you going to stay in business? He was going. So now they took all that the gas out of there, and then he put that thing up for like McDonald's playground for kids out there, whatever. And then soon as he put that McDonald's little children play out there, then he started selling barbecue.
Oh, I wondered why there was so many people at Jickie's.
Yep.
Just crowds.
But he swore up and down. He said, well, I gasoline, this and that. You take that down, put a jungle gym. It looked like McDonald's Playland, whatever it is. It's one of those.
Oh.
He took out the gas. They pulled all that out. And
put that spongy ground on there. So kids fall down. They don't hurt themselves.
It's on top of where they used to keep all the tanks, underneath the ground. That's all gone. Now it's like a playground, this and that. And you'd go down there, because you got kids. If you grow up with kids, they wear you out. I know you love them and this and that, but it's pretty much all your life they just wear you out. That's been my experience, even when they're young. But you need a break. You want barbecue sandwich, enjoy it. You don't want to hear yap, this, I want this, whatever. You send them out there to that playground, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that is. That's just like what he's thinking. You let them loose, and you go sit down in peace and eat.
So are you going to put in a playground like Jickie's?
I ain't going to put no playground in here. I ought to have a right to after when he started selling barbecue in there.
Did he come by and ask for your blessing to sell barbecue?
he didn't say no, because I would have said, well, you're pretty close. You're not too far from here. I might have a little. He's just a little bit down past Longhorn's dance parlor.
And Jockey's is
Jockey's. I don't want to talk about it. Don't even say Jockey's on here. You went in there and got that. I wouldn't get nothing out of there. You give that. See what you give that man money, and you steal from me. What kind of human being are you?
Well, I mean, if Jockie caught you stealing, ain't no telling what he'd do to you.
Well, I don't. If I catch you stealing, I'm gonna call police next time. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, well, let him try to catch me.
Well,
I'm pretty fast when I'm being chased.
One of these days, I'm gonna catch you in that cooler, and I'm gonna lock it from the outside. You be a popsicle when they get there to get you.
I tell you, Jackie. If the police showed up right now to chase me out of here for stealing beer from you, I would be fleet of foot and could easily outrun them because I am energized and hydrated with this Starbucks refresher.
Well,
revitalized.
I don't sell that here, and now I know the name of it. I never will. You go to Jockey's and get that. Just stay at Jockey's next time you go in there. Get all your Starbucks, whatever it is, at Jockey's. Anytime you want, just stay over there. Go take all this stuff over here. You Jockey, sit down and talk on the podcast all you want.
Oh, hell, you can't understand the word Jockey's saying.
Pitiful. I don't even know how you got on this. I didn't know what you was drinking. I thought you was drinking skinny beer.
No, I was drinking a...
You told me
Starbucks
what it is. I don't want to hear it again. I know what it is. Whatever the hell it is.
Strawberry lemonade.
Yep. Go to Jockey's and drink it.
Yeah, he kind of gave me a look like he thought, what's this lady man want? He doesn't know that it's the year 2014.
Next thing, you're going to go over and get your Starbucks refreshers at Jockey's. And then you go into Jickie's, get some of their barbecue. The day you do that, you never set foot in this store again. I'm going to say it right now.
And then I'll come over here and do the podcast full of delicious...
You ain't coming over here.
Barbecue is? Is he making that himself?
I don't know. I don't want to know. First I thought it was on fire. Saw the smoke coming out the top of it. And I said, good Lord. I was wondering, curious about the playground. It didn't all click to me. He was building that.
You thought for maybe them... border kids.
It could have been,
Like when they take over Murfreesboro, he wanted a place for them to play.
Well, they can all go over there to Jackie's. That's fine with me. Do that. This establishment here, and it's just for whatever reason, is not for children. Children don't like coming here. Older people here,
scared,
drinking beer, sitting in, it's that sort of, it's not a children's environment. Now, why? There's a few kids come with folks.
To steal things.
No, they don't steal. I give them popsicle, this or that, whatever candy ain't sold. They got, those zero bars that's been there forever. I could just, wink and, give them a little candy, this or that. There's hard candy that don't go bad. Some of the zeros went bad. I had to throw them out. You ain't gonna get
How can you tell which ones went bad? Because some of these zeros in here right now are like 2 fonts ago.
Well, yeah, that's what it's, you got to get rid of them.
Or if you can't unload them on the children, you just eventually throw them
out?
Or is there a smell?
That's what it is, yeah, smell. Oh,
Zero bar look like caulking gone hard.
Whatever they made the wrapper out of ain't no good because that starts to fade
it's a wrapper. The candy bar is okay.
I don't know. For a while, you take them out, put them in a jar. As soon as the wrapper disintegrates or gets tore, whatever, the sun change the color on it and everything else.
Yeah, you shouldn't leave them zeros in the sun. It says that on the wrapper, I think.
The sun just come in there where the candy is. That's where the window is. You worry about the candy. Kids seem to like it just fine. They always take it whatever I give them a little wink and this and that, but they're accompanied by an adult, their parents, and they don't stay here. They come get the barbecue and just say hi and go. Kids don't usually come here and sit over there with the old man at the table, drinking beer and watching the Star Trek or whatever. So I thought, that's fine. Let the kids go over there. That's fine. And then the smoke coming out of the top of it, and I was worried. I thought, well, that's on fire. And I called the fire department, 911. I ran over there myself, thought there's something I could do. And it's close.
What did you think you could do in a fire situation?
There was a time that you had to relay buckets back and forth. There was a time where you didn't have fire department, this and that. There's a barn or two that's burnt down. I remember as a little boy, we go over there and everybody throw buckets of water on it. That's what we did.
Was it organized in any fashion?
Well, eventually it takes a while, but by the end of, if it don't burn down by the point everybody's in sync or figured out how to make a system work, that people ain't running around water everywhere. Then yeah, but I guess that's how fire department eventually became people like that. You get it down to
science, and people are like, you know what, this is fun.
But before fire department, that's what you did. So I got a bucket of water and I put it back in the truck, drove over there. And then as close I get.
Was it some of your water down here that you're saving for the apocalypse?
I got that, and you just out of the tap in the big kitchen sink.
Because you got these 2 or 3 bottles down here that.
Well, that's for a
prepper.
That's when it all goes. That's when it happens. I'm ready.
But you just have it surrounded. We've talked about this before. I didn't know if you just come down.
You make fun of me all this snip, but I tell you, when something happens, and you better hope you probably be at Jockey's when it hits the fan, if you know what I'm saying, and that's you just stay there. Don't worry about me over here. I got everything I need down here now.
All I did was I didn't know it was gonna hurt your feelings this bad. I stopped into Jockey's. Because I thought I saw this girl that I've been trying to get up in. It wasn't her.
I don't want to have it.
She let her brother use her car. He hates me, so that was awkward.
Whatever girl's over at Jockey's, you don't want to have nothing to do with them anyway.
So I'm trying to avoid him, kind of ducking behind the shelves. I'm watching him in that big round mirror for the shoplifters, Jane's Addiction video mirror.
Wow.
So I'm ducking behind the shelves trying to watch him, and then Jockey's looking at me like I'm trying to steal something, and you know how he is. People are actually scared of him. Like, they kids don't come into Jockey's to steal stuff because they're afraid he'll cut their hand off. That's what he tells them.
Go on, you stay over there.
So Jockey's looking at me, so I had to grab something out of the cooler, so I grabbed the first damn thing I could get my hand around without standing up so that her brother didn't see me.
I don't want
He's got all these on the bottom. I guess they're not big sellers. It was a pink can. I regretted that decision when Jockey was looking me up and down.
I don't
but
care.
He left. I get up to Jockey's counter. I said, I'll take one of these Starbucks refreshers, Jockey. Jockey goes, I remember man young balls or whatever.
And that sounds just like him right there.
That's why I couldn't do a podcast.
You've been around him enough to know what
it
sounds like. You over there sitting with him, listening to him talk all damn time is why you so good at imitating him.
I don't know what he said. He could have said, how's my good friend Jackie Brawls? Or he could have said.
He did. He wouldn't say that. I tell you that right now. That wouldn't come out of his mouth.
Jackie Brawls kissed my ass.
He better not say my name, period, whatever it is.
He said it.
Well.
And he charged me $4 for a damn Starbucks refresher, which I know ain't the price.
You pay for stuff over there and you steal from me. You give him money, you run me out of business, and you hoping that...
Jackie, you're my friend.
Well...
Jockey's just
you gotta just make a choice.
Some dumb redneck.
He say Jackie's, which is here.
Mm-hmm.
Jickie's, you ain't got no kids, ain't no reason to be over there.
Mm-hmm.
And Jockey's, who just a miserable SOB, don't nobody need to go over there. But you go on, spend all your money there, and when I run out of business and nobody coming over here anymore because they're all going to be at Jickie's eating barbecue.
Well, you have a few loyal drunks that come turn up here.
Well,
people come by.
Well, you one of them, and I ain't seen a dime from you yet.
But I don't pay for it. No. But I
well, you sit around and steal. Stealing is what it is. Give Jockey $4. Next time, you get him to come down here and talk on this thing.
It'd be like,
yep, that's him right there. Why anybody won't listen to that?
Israel Gaza, bang, bang, bang.
I don't know why anybody won't listen to that mess.
I don't either.
I don't like
I
to
didn't
do
like
it.
it. I didn't like it. I'll be honest.
Well, good. I'm glad you didn't like it. You get, like I said, when World War III and the bombs come, nuclear's in this, I'm down here sealed up, and you'll be over at Jockey's listening to that for the rest of your life.
Now,
his bunker.
Jockey's the kind of guy that would eat you.
Well, he's got a bunker. He got one too. I know he's got one over there. I don't know about Jickie's, but Jockie's he's got one. He's prepared. He knows. I will say we agree on one thing, and that's it. There's nothing else. We're both men who are prepared for for the worst. I'll say it.
Well, Jockie was in the Murfreesboro Daily News Journal in their Doomsday section.
Yeah.
His bunker was featured there prominently.
Yeah.
And I remember you seeing that. You go, well, if that son of a bitch thinks he's ready for the end of the world, let me show him.
He don't know a damn thing, no.
But he had nice stuff down in there. He had
This is just, it's all for show. It's all for show. All that stuff
You can
going.
eat that stuff.
No,
A canned ham is edible. It ain't for show. You can eat it.
The ham is in plastic and stuff. It's going to go. I got my hams in the cans. Sealed up. Lasts forever. That food is just show. He just showing it to look like I got this. And look at this chicken, fresh made baked chicken. Like, what'd you bake it in, you idiot? It made it look like a hotel suite or something like that.
Yeah, the picture they took was down at one end of a long table, like in a boardroom in a New Yorker cartoon. The table just goes off into the horizon. It looked like he had this big, and he had all these chairs. And why do you have a butler? Like, who was that supposed to be? I mean,
he said in the article, he said, I'm ahead of everybody else, with ready for survival in the worst, get your own butler and this and that.
Right, because it was just old Skeet Geltlube who works in his store, but he had him dressed up like Jarvis from the Avengers.
And Skeet ain't ever set foot in this place again since I saw that picture, and I don't know why I'm letting you sit right here. In this one, if you go over there and get your Starbucks refreshers, give him $4.
Because it did look like his end-of-the-world prepper fantasy was sort of a Downton Abbey kind of thing, because everybody was dressed up, and he had like a...
See, that's what I'm saying.
Ascot on.
That is all for show down here.
I guess you're right.
Now, look, down here, I will admit, it is dank, it is musty, everything's got dust all over it. You don't
Caked.
Paper, a bunch of newspapers over
Rats, rat pills.
There ain't no rats. If I see a rat, I kill it.
If there's shit is down here, there's rats somewhere.
I have killed 4 to 6 rats this year. That's it. I ain't seen them. Every time I see them, I get them.
What do you think these rats are getting off the boat like 5? Well, there's a family of them in the damn walls.
Hell,
they didn't show up alone with their bags from another country.
I killed between 4 and 6, something like that, but it ain't been that many. There's been years where I killed them. Back 5-6 years ago, I used to kill one every 5 minutes. It seemed like if you come down here, they just scatter everywhere.
How do you sell food upstairs? How do you have that?
You know how long it takes to get down the stairs to get down in here? It's far away from the kitchen. I ain't never seen a rat in the kitchen.
That's not how the health department measures cleanliness. Well, how long do the rats have to walk?
Look. The health department just comes and looks at your kitchen and your eating dining area. They don't come, I don't know, with Obama the way he is, he'd probably be sending people down to investigate everybody's bunker shelters.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is
I wouldn't be.
Homeland Bunker Department, the HBD.
Well, I ain't got no business down here, and I ain't gonna tell anybody what's in all these boxes.
How do you have that many stray cats up there, feral, vicious, hanging around, and down here it's you're overtaken with rats?
Well, cats don't come down here. I don't know what it is. There's been one time a cat come down here, and that was it. And that cats, they stay up there around. All the cats stay around. I throw out scraps and this and that for them. Bless their hearts, they got to eat something. They all out by the dumpster, out back.
So you have all these fat cats, probably with heart disease now.
Yeah.
Down here, the rats have taken over your prepper's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
But at least we will have protein with all these rats running around. You catch a couple
ain't no rats. You may need to, but I got plenty of food. I ain't gonna. It'll be a long haul down here before I ever eat rat meat. I'll say that right now. It'll be a long haul. You go over there and sit in fancy dining, with your fancy silverware, this and that. That's just for show. That ain't nobody gonna survive in that.
And Jickie said he doesn't have a bunker. He says as soon as
Well,
things
he
get
also
bad-
said one time he didn't have no barbecue, so I don't know what
you
he's got.
think Jickie a liar?
Well, now he is. I'll say it right now. He ain't a liar per se, but he knows me well enough how I'd feel about that, and he did what he did.
Well, he told me one time when it gets close to the end of the world, when you can tell how things are shaping up, he was going to take Coward's Way out and put a bullet through his brain.
Well, some people, there'll be a lot of people doing that. People be.
He wasn't ashamed. He's like, that's just the way it is.
Well, that's everybody got the plan. That's fine. He
was
do that.
making fun of you and Jockie and you two bunkers. He
Well.
said, them two idiots. That as soon as things start looking rough, I will be finding that bullet that's got my name on it.
Well.
And he said, I'm going to kill my whole family too.
Good
So
for
they
him.
won't have to worry about it.
Everybody's got a plan for when it happens.
He's got it all laid out.
Well, that's what he's going to do. That's fine. I'll be down here listening to the gunshots. I'll hear him from here. And I'll feel bad about it, but I'll be, I won't feel too bad about him. His family seems fine.
So you ain't talked to him. You don't. He could feel
I went
really
over
guilty.
there. I got the fire department and everything else come out over there. It was embarrassing on top of everything. They come out and sirens and everything else, and I'm standing out there at the bucket, and I said, never mind, he just cook a barbecue.
Oh, and then everybody, I guess, laughed at you.
Well, they didn't laugh. No, they just left. They didn't laugh. They just left.
They didn't laugh. They just left.
Yeah.
That is sad. So you standing over there in a parking lot, kids playing, stopped, looking at you, staring. Fire department called out unnecessarily, angry, mad. You lost your friend. You got a bucket in your hand, probably spilling out on your shoes like an idiot. And then Jickie in there laughing, counting money, cooking up delicious barbecue.
Well,
I've heard.
let him do it.
That's a sad picture.
Well, he can do whatever he wants to. I'll be fine down here. I got it like I said. I don't hate it. Ain't fancy and it ain't for show down here. Ain't nobody gonna come down here and take pictures.
No, that's true. Unless it's Homeland Bunker Department just taking pictures,
Well,
showing
they,
how.
they don't need to be down here neither. I ain't got nothing. Anything that's gonna interest them, I need to stay away.
If there was a Goofus and Gallant of bunkers told through photographs, and you were the Goofus bunker,
Huh?
and Jockie's was the Gallant bunker,
Well,
then maybe somebody might come down here and take a picture.
I don't even want to hear his name. I don't want to hear Jockie's. I don't want to hear Jickie's. If you come in here, go Jackie's. But I don't want to hear about either one of them now. Jickie's used to be good because you sold gas. Now they put a playground up.
I'm
and selling
sorry.
barbecue.
I can tell you're hurt by this, Jackie, and I didn't mean to bring it up. And sorry you got betrayed by your friend Jickie, and sorry about this damn. I wish to God I'd never laid eyes on this Starbucks
Well,
refresher.
That's what it did. I thought it was a Skinny Bear. No, you went over to
Jockey's.
Jockie's. I don't want to hear his name anymore. I don't want to say it. I don't want to hear
Sorry,
it. Done,
sorry.
over with. Throw that thing in the trash. I don't want to see it.
I'm done with
If
it.
it ain't
now.
good, just wad it up, throw it in the trash.
Okay.
That's where it belongs. Anything come out of Jockey belong in the damn trash. I don't care how fancy, how good it looks, how long a table is. I don't care. It's all for show. Ain't nothing down here for show. This will keep me alive. I got what's necessary. I got what I need. Don't need no butler or maids or any of that stuff. All them-
Peacocks.
they were feathering things in there. I
Yeah.
know things are dusty in a bunker. Bunker's supposed to be dusty. That's what it is.
Well, he had a live peacock down there. It didn't make any sense because he said if things got bad, he could eat it, but he said he just liked the calls, the peacock calls,
Feathers.
the pageantry of it.
Well, it's all like I said, just for show.
Jackie, it's election season here in Middle Tennessee. The elections are coming up on August 7th, and if you drive through
Yeah.
Tennessee right now, highways or the little, small, tiny dirt roads back in the hollers. This is where the real people live.
Yeah.
You're going to see signs up and down these roads like vote for this and vote for that one.
Everybody put sign in the yard, yeah.
But as you're driving through, winding up and down the gently rolling green hills of Middle Tennessee, you're probably going to see some signs that say Sullivan, or you're going to see some signs that say McKinley. And you're going to think, what are they running for? Well, they ain't running for nothing except their own dignity.
Don't bring this up again.
A couple weeks ago, me and Jackie talked about our sponsors were Sullivan Auto Parts and McKinley Air Conditioning. We said they was big buddies.
I don't know why you bring one of them your sponsor today.
Then last week, my
just
sponsor
answer my question.
was
Is
McKinley.
one of those your sponsor? Because if it ain't, there's no business of going through this again.
My sponsor this week, Jackie, if you must know, is Sullivan Auto Parts.
Well, that's my sponsor. Sullivan
No,
gets
not
me
this
to-
week.
What?
Last week, my sponsor was McKinley Air Conditioning.
I do Sullivan's Auto Parts. That's my
Sales.
sponsor. What do you mean? He give you $25?
Repair, stay cool this summer was McKinley Air Conditioning. And he told me the story of why they are not friends, because he found pictures of Sullivan from Sullivan's Auto Parts.
Why are you bringing all this up? If you're sponsor, I don't. Why
just
didn't
gotta
Sullivan?
let the people know they
Sullivan
can't keep up
gives
with all this.
Me $25. There's no reason to keep up with
He
it. Just
gave
do the
me
sponsor.
$25.
Why did he give you $25?
To give his side of the story.
To what? His side of the.
He heard. Honestly, Jackie, they both think of you right now as somebody who gets in there and just stirs shit up.
What?
And they don't know that they want to talk to you. They
What do you
feel
mean?
like you fanned the flames of this until it got out of control.
I didn't do nothing. What are you talking about?
Last week, I give McKinley's side of the story on this feud that is tearing Murfreesboro apart. It's sort of like Jickie versus Jockie, except these are people with real problems, real issues.
Quit bringing Jockie up. Don't say it anymore.
Not old men who nurse grudges over pitiful, like completely ridiculous things.
Huh.
I don't know. These are young, vital members of the community. Sullivan's Auto Parts. McKinley Air Conditioning. McKinley found a photo.
Why
An actual
are
photograph.
you saying all this again? Why
And
this?
you couldn't see their faces, but you could just see a tanned arm around a boob.
All right,
Like,
enough.
Like
There's no
where the bikini, it was real pale there.
I don't want to hear
where
it.
they didn't get any sun.
Enough.
You know how boobs, when they get covered up, they get real pale?
Hey, don't talk about.
Do you know how when boobs get covered up, they get real pale?
All right, enough. I don't want to talk
Well,
about
it was
whatever
a
they do.
brown, sun tanned
Enough.
hand around that boob
Ow.
in that photograph. And McKinney said, "This is my cousin Lynette." On the back of it, it said, "Me and Lynette when her husband was in the wheelchair."
All
Olympics."
right, why are you bringing it up? You told the story last week.
He went and he confronted Sullivan about it. Sullivan denied it, but they pushed each other in the parking lot. Words were exchanged, but they were like, okay, you know what? This ain't worth it. Went home, calmed down. McKinley tuned in to our podcast, the way you do.
What?
And he heard Jackie on there saying, oh, they're best friends.
I
They're best
didn't
friends.
say they were best friends. I said I saw them socializing. They come in here. They sit in the same booth. That's it. I didn't say anything else. I'm just talking about what I see. If they don't like what I'm saying, then they don't need to do what they did that I saw. Why are they mad at me? They come in here together and sat down in that booth and ate a barbecue sandwich and Lay's potato chips. Sat right there. That's what they bought. And iced tea and they sat right there together, ate it, and then got up, walked out. That's just what I saw with my own eyes in my store.
You can add as many details to it as you like, Jackie, but you're still tearing this town
How
apart.
is that? It ain't got...
Well, Sullivan said the same thing. He said, as soon as I heard y'all on the podcast saying me and McKinley were friends.
Oh,
Lord, my blood started boiling.
Didn't say they were friends. I said I saw them socializing.
Well, they're not friends, Jackie. They're enemies. And you are the cause of this latest flare-up.
If they're enemies, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't have anything to do with it.
So look, folks, if you've got a McKinley sign in your yard, Sullivan knows you probably hate him. You think he's out there diddling a wheelchair guy's wife while he's in the wheelchair Olympics.
Right, enough.
Well, he wants to say this to you. Pull out a photo album with some old photographs in it and look at them. You ever see a little speck or a fleck of something in a photograph?
Speck or fleck?
Well, because McKinley says he knows that was Sullivan because it looked just like his chin. The faces are cut off. You can see the chin and the arm and the hand around the boob. He knows it's his cousin Lynette.
Enough.
And he's got that scar. Sullivan got that scar on his chin from where he fell down the bleachers twice.
Why are you bringing any of this up? What does it matter? He got a scar. He
says, look at that picture. He says, look at that picture again. And see that is not a scar, it's a fleck.
I'm not gonna look at the picture. I ain't ever seen the picture. I don't want to see it. It ain't none
you
of
should
my
look,
business.
Lynette,
It ain't none of my business.
Well,
I don't want to see it.
She's got a good set on her.
I don't care. It don't make any difference. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it either. There's no reason to bring it up.
And Sullivan said it's not him, and he said McKinley didn't believe him, but they were gonna move past it because neither one of them. It's not like McKinley and Lynette are like best buds or anything. They're just cousins. I said, why don't you ask Lynette? Why don't y'all, the two of you, have a sit down with Lynette before this whole thing boils over and takes Murfreesboro to hell with it? And he said they would. He wants to put the offer out to McKinley. That's what he gave me the $25 for. He wants to get the message out to people that are on Team McKinley.
Why?
Like, don't judge him so harshly yet. Remember, flex. Photograph flex.
Photograph.
And that
flex, right?
Give them a chance to hash this out. Lynette, her wheelchair husband, Sullivan, and McKinley are going to have a summit at Jockie's in one of the tables in the back.
Enough. I don't want to hear where they're going. It ain't got nothing to do with it. They can go to Jockie's every day if they want to. I got nothing to do with it. I just said that I saw them in here. I didn't say what they were saying. I don't know what they were doing. They were sitting there eating together. The rest of it's none of my business.
Oh, shit. Did I say Jockies?
Yes.
No, I meant Jickie's, where they got the good barbecue and where the kids can play.
Right. I don't care. Go eat wherever they want to. I don't want them in here anymore. I'm going to say it right now. Don't come in here. Don't sit together anymore.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said Jockies. Jockies don't give a damn. But Jickie sees how this is affecting the town. He saw what Jackie did to upset Murfreesboro.
I didn't do nothing.
Just rip the town down the center. And he says he wants to be in the business of making
I don't understand. I
peace.
understand all these people putting signs up there everywhere. McKinley, Sullivan.
People
McKinley,
take
Sullivan.
sides.
Well, there's no reason you can have both signs in your yard. One is an auto parts store. One is washing machine repair and things. There's two. You can go to both. You can have both signs. I don't understand why you got to pick a side from one or the other. You need to get a washing, machine fixed, or you need to get some
air conditioning.
Whatever
you don't even care enough to know that
I
McKinley
can't
does
remember what
sales
it is anymore.
And
You got me.
repair, air conditioning, stay cool this summer with
All
McKinley.
right.
Listen, that's a good idea, Jackie. That's a good idea, Gandhi. But you know who has the two signs together in his yard right now?
What?
Jickie.
Well, fine. Let them
Jickie
go
cares
there.
about peace.
Well, there needs to be peace. If they're running their mouths about me over nothing, then the hell with them. I say it right now. All I said was they come in here to eat. If he wants to give you $25 to run me down, so be it. That's
Sullivan,
fine.
he said he reached out to you first. He said he got drunk and called you at 3 a.m. the other day.
Well, I didn't know who it was. I was wondering who the hell that was at 3 in the morning, screaming and hollering. Don't call over here at 3 in the morning. Don't anybody call at 3 in the morning. There's two elderly people trying to get the rest for the next day. We need more sleep than regular people.
Yeah, it's more like two damn elderly people in their 17th episode of Rockford.
Well, whatever. You go to sleep, leave it on. I like the TV on when I go to sleep. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't call me at 3 in the morning. I don't care who it was. I didn't know it was him. I thought it was some teenager playing a game or something. Well.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was supposed
Not
to be
funny at all. The woman, she suffered a stroke, and I'm getting up there in age, and there's no reason to wake us up. Oh, like I said, we need more sleep. Don't call over my house, Sullivan, or anybody else for that matter.
Oh, wow. You're really a fan of – you sound like you've gone over to Team McKinley then.
I ain't on anybody's team. I don't want McKinley calling me up at 3 in the morning either. I don't care who it is. Don't call me at 3 in the morning. And I don't put no signs up nohow. I never put no signs out in the parking lot, even if I like somebody, because there's going to be a fight here. There's fights here all the time. Used to be over politics, this and that. I don't put signs out there anymore.
Yeah, now everybody hates Obama, so it's not like there's as many fights.
Well, that was okay, the Obama thing they put out there that day. I let them do that for a whole day.
What was that?
It wasn't tacky like an outhouse thing. This was different. It was just him going like a nice bathroom, but it was still a bathroom, but like it was, upscale, nice bathroom. Tile and all this stuff.
What was he doing in there?
It's just his library. But it was not, there was a man that handed out towel. I mean, it was upscale. It wasn't like that thing, they did the outhouse thing, and I understand people got upset over this.
But this was his library, but like a really nice bathroom.
It was not like you'd want to go to I understand why you'd want that. He's still making the joke that his library is a bathroom.
Mm-hmm. But a better bathroom.
It was, I said, I don't want no trouble. It's not that I come up with it. He just asked if he could put it out there, and I said, for a day, yeah.
Who put this out there? I can't remember exactly.
I don't know if he wants me saying his name on here.
Oh. It's the guy in Murfreesboro who hates Obama the most, but is not crazy.
It's Tom. You know who it is.
Yeah. No, that's what they call him, because he walks that line. He's not somebody you think is like really just sitting around stewing about it. But he hates him more than almost everybody else. But that line of where, like, he says, is the Secret Service going to investigate this person? He's below that. There's plenty of those people here, too.
Well,
he's not racist about it.
No, that's what I said. It's a
vocally.
Nice, it wasn't like an outhouse. It was a nice luxury bathroom.
Right. He went to a lot of trouble.
It was the same joke.
That's right. It was Tom. Tom, the guy who in Murfreesboro who hates Obama the most, but without being crazy about it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I don't even know his last name. That's just what we call him.
That's the most least offensive way you can do it. It's not like outhouse like you dumb and whatever else those people did. This was like I would like to have a bathroom like that.
I'm going to say that it's not that funny, though. It does humorous in the humor department. It doesn't really. At least with the outhouse thing doesn't make a lot of sense either, honestly.
Well, outhouse is funny just by itself.
Well, yeah.
Somebody go out to the outhouse, always funny. You got to take your paper with you, this or that. The outhouse is just funny, period. Don't matter who it is.
That's true.
But you know how much trouble they got into for that. So he wanted to get the point across that Obama's library is bathroom. So he
had a valid political point.
Yes, that's what the point. It wasn't supposed to be funny per se. It was supposed to be just.
That's good.
He's just trying to get his point across.
So he made that big vinyl banner and they hung it over the front of your store.
Yeah, I let him do it for a day. But you don't have to worry about that around here. Everybody hates Obama.
Yeah, that's no problem.
That's no problem. But local elections, this and that, I ain't.
That's when the fights come.
No, sir.
Yeah, now we've moved to the point where we don't even have to have elections for the town to divide itself and gnash its teeth in anger or whatever.
People are getting angry around here. I don't know what it is, but I've noticed it just people snapping at each other and this and that. And if Sullivan-McKinley, same thing with them, then they need to work it out. I ain't got.
Well, thanks to you, they're going to.
What? Thanks to me, I didn't do nothing.
Jickie is working on it. He's got this great new barbecue stand.
I don't want to hear about Jickie's. I don't want to hear about him.
Apparently, Alton Brown is coming from Food Network to do a story on his barbecue.
What?
That's what I heard.
Oh, hell.
Is that his name? Alton Brown?
I don't know who it is. Don't
One of
nobody
those.
be going on there. Food TV.
I stopped watching Food Network a couple years ago.
Well,
it's the same shit over and over again.
How much you gonna watch them make food?
Exactly. Well, one of them guys is coming down. So
Well,
that's a word on the street. And, and he's got that. He loves kids, and he built that playground for kids, and he loves peace, and he's going to host the peace summit between Sullivan and McKinley and Lynette's husband in the wheelchair. So that's Jickies and Jockies. 2 stores, 2 different owners.
Why are you saying jockeys and Jickies on here? Why are you saying that? That's not your sponsor. They can't be.
Oh, you're right. That's not my sponsor. My sponsor was Sullivan's Auto Parts.
That's
sorry.
fine. That's
Okay.
fine. If he wants to give you $25 to me, that's Hey, everybody out there, it's old Jackie Bros.
You know what that is.
It better not be no refreshers.
A what?
Refreshers!
No, Jackie, that was last week. I had a refresher. No, it's an ice cold beer. Shit. I'm going to get drunk.
Hey,
That's how I roll.
I don't.
And I hope when I said that, all y'all listening at home, this is your good friend Dunlap, or in your car, as soon as I said, I'm going to get drunk, you went, woo, yeah.
Oh.
'Cause that's why I said it, to get
Well,
that
there ain't but a bunch of 14-year-olds listening to this. I guarantee you, I don't know who listens to it, but they ain't below the age of 36 years old.
You don't think we have one person? Well, first of all, 30 people over the age of 36 can woo and yell
At a
and
concert
get drunk.
show or something.
Yeah,
not-
exactly.
At a concert show when you're out or go, but no, not on listening in the car. Nobody does that.
When Kid Rock's like, you put in a Kid Rock CD and he raps, let's get effed up. And you drive in your car, you go, yeah, Kid Rock. You may not yell it real loud, but you'll nod.
Why would anybody go woo-woo or to another 40-year-old drinking a beer? What do they care? They don't give a damn. That's probably what they're doing.
Well,
It ain't nothing to woo. I'm 40-something years old drinking at,
I think if you
1 in the afternoon.
if you made it that far and you've got the freedom in your life to enjoy a cold beverage at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, do yourself a favor. Go woo. Woo
No.
yourself. Woo where you are in your life, that things have turned out this well for you. And just go woo. Give yourself permission to love
All right.
yourself and to woo yourself.
Nobody's out there. You say whatever you want. Ain't nobody going woo-woo or anything like that.
So
Listen
if
to
you're
this.
out there between the ages of 35 and, say, 54, and you're drinking in the middle of the afternoon and listening to a podcast, let me hear you go, woo!
Pitiful.
All right.
Are you done? I'm
Let's
gonna
get this
do.
show on the road,
I
man.
don't have a sponsor this week, but I do have an older sponsor who cannot give me $25, but I still want to mention him on here to everybody. And he appreciates the support that he has gotten. He's getting letters every day. Dr. Birdman appreciates it. He's still in lockup. They still got him there in a holding cell. Because Don Podge is his lawyer, and of course he told him he didn't owe anybody a red cent. Don't pay no bond. You don't owe it. You don't owe America nothing. You
don't pay for your freedom.
You don't pay for your freedom in this world today. You shouldn't have to anyway. So he did not post bond. He is currently behind bars, and he appreciates all the letters he's getting. He's real popular in there. They love him down there. He's just like Birdman Alcatraz, except it's Dr. Birdman Coley's jail. Coley's prison, that is. He's down in there, and he's going to keep him there. The trial's coming up soon. Don Podge is his representation. I don't know who the judge is yet. I don't know what the chances are. But he ain't gonna end up down there. He'll get out. It's a waste to have a man of his stature locked up in there. And now Don Podge didn't get involved until the feds got involved. Something about illegal traffic and this and that. I don't think any of that's true. And I'm sure Dr. Birdman and Don Podge are gonna let them know right away if they try any of this bull hockey, Don Podge will serve it right back. So he appreciates his support, Dr. Birdman, that is. Keep sending them cards and letters. It makes him feel good in there. Word on Hurtbird is that now, don't go out there and believe everything you hear. There's people come in the store yesterday said they had him on an Air Force base doing experiments on him. Now, that's bull. Animal Control still claim that they have Hurtbird or the remains of Hurtbird. Nobody knows what kind of shape animal is in at this point. That's another reason they need to get Dr. Birdman out of there, get Hurtbird back. But don't people just start saying the craziest thing. He ain't at an Air Force base. They ain't getting his blood and doing experiments, cutting parts of him up. They ain't doing none of that. That's crazy talk. He's in Animal Control here, Murfreesboro Animal Control. They claim to have Hurtbird or the remains of Hurtbird.
I heard that. I heard they got him locked up down in the archives, like down in the Raiders' basement.
What do you mean, Raiders' basement? What are you, Blue Raiders? MTS?
Yep, in the basement of the Blue Raiders practice hall.
That don't make any sense.
Well, everybody that come into contact with Hurtbird, they said for Animal Control. You tell me. I heard 3 different people work for Animal Control down there with Hurtbird or the remains of Hurtbird, and they went insane. They went mad. That's 3 different people from Animal Control. I know it's a stressful job.
That's what I'm saying. They did go crazy. 3 of them went crazy, but I don't think it's just because of Hurtbird. Now, we said at the height of his health, Hurtbird, when he'd look you in the eye, you'd cower, you'd get scared. You know, he'd
see into the depths of your soul.
Well, that's what I don't know about that. He'd just have a look to him that, you know, you're going to look away first. I put it that way. But these people, it's not proven just because of Hurtbird. You know, every day getting possums out from underneath the house and raccoon, everything they got to deal with. Anybody go crazy dealing with vermin on a regular basis.
So take that with a grain of salt.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't because of Hurtbird, the remains of Hurtbird, or God help me. Now, this is ridiculous. There ain't no such things as ghosts. There just ain't. That's legend, superstition. People say that, and there's people claiming that it is not Hurtbird or Hurtbird's remains, but the ghost of but that Animal Control. Why would it come into that outside it being a ghost of a bird?
They don't deal with ghosts.
Nobody does because they ain't real. That's the main point I'm trying to make.
But if you call Animal Control up and say, "Can you get a ghost of a raccoon that's crawled up under the house out?" They'll be like, "No, sorry, that's not what we cover."
Well, there ain't no ghost, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Now, why did Animal Control move it to underneath the MTSU Blue Raiders training facility? They were just running out of people. Nobody else that worked there would do it, so they got some water boys from the football team. They're the ones that are dealing with the remains. Unless, of course, the U.S. government has the remains or body or ghost of Hurtbird and is conducting experiments on it.
That's just bull hockey.
Well, Don Podge is the one that told me that.
Well, Don Podge will say whatever he can. You got to understand he's trying to get the public on one side or the other. I'm sure he's a good attorney, but his job is to sway, is to distract, get away from Dr. Birdman and put on a little show, kind of like razzle-dazzle. That's just how lawyers are or have to be in this day and age, as we all know.
Don Podge become a lawyer?
I didn't realize he was a lawyer. I don't know. I'm not sure if that happened over his stay.
At Bundy Ranch. He may have got a degree at Bundy Ranch.
Well, I think Bundy Ranch was handing out certificates, or, you'd go through training at Bundy Camp or whatnot, so you you will know the law well enough for when the government tries to come take your land.
I know Don Podge has defended himself in a couple of other run-ins with the law, and I guess if you do that enough times, serve as your own attorney, that you can do it.
Well,
for other
I'll
people.
say this: he ain't in jail, is he? He's still walking around.
He is a master of
He
disguise.
did have to go into hiding on a few occasions now, but I think whatever that muss has subsided at this point. That
With
ain't.
his skills as a master of disguise, what I would do if I were him to represent Dr. Birdman, who I don't care whether Dr. Birdman lives or dies, honestly.
Hey.
But I would disguise myself as Matlock, and I'd walk into that room in a rumpled suit and a briefcase, papers hanging out of it, all full of folksy charm. And I cannot imagine there's a Rutherford County jury that would convict Dr. Birdman if he were represented by Matlock, or even if they knew it was Don Podge pretending to be Matlock, I still think they'd appreciate the effort.
Well, yeah. That's, you put in the effort, you do a good job, you ought to get. And Matlock, he never lost a case. I think one or two, but there's something fishy about it. It didn't, it wasn't cut and dry.
Yankees.
Yeah.
Why could Dr. Birdman of Alcatraz, Coley's prison, not give you $25? Couldn't he give you jail dollars?
He needs all the
Cigarettes?
money he can get right now. I know you don't want to pay the government none, but Don Podge ain't the government. He has a fee for what he's doing.
He's not a lawyer, but he's got a fee. That's the first step.
I say he is certified some kind of lawyer. I know that. I don't know what kind yet. But I don't know all that legal jargon.
Who is sending Dr. Birdman cards and letters in support? Who's doing that?
He said everybody out there, everybody listens on here. He said for me to thank, a lot of people never been to Rutherford County and just know him from listening on here. They never seen any of these exotic birds of his.
And they all escaped or were burned up.
Well, what happened, yeah. Well, there ain't nothing left. We're lucky me and you's left living.
Well, Don Jekyll Jr. said that he ain't got card nor letter one, and he said to fuck all y'all.
Hey, what's
He's in jail, too, just like Dr. Birdman.
He belongs in jail. That's where he's in and out of all the time.
I mean, the feds ain't coming down on him because he didn't traffic in illegal sale
whatever he did,
of birds.
It don't matter what they did because he's a repeat offender. This will be like this has got to be his 8th or 9th strike.
Yeah. Luckily in Rutherford County, folks, I don't know but we have a 9-strike rule.
Well,
so it all comes down to this one. It's just 9 strikes.
He's getting closer and closer to that 9.
So it just depends on who's the judge. Just like for Dr. Birdman, whoever judge is, I mean, I hope he takes a liking to Don Jekyll Jr. Don Jekyll Jr. said his greatest hope is if his father would come forward and speak on his behalf and say that he was going to work with him and get his son back on the straight and narrow. He's sorry they blew up all the stuff they blew up on the 4th of July, but it was really Dr. Birdman's fault.
Oh, it wasn't no such thing. If it was just he was left alone to do what he was going to do, and old Don Jekyll Jr. didn't show his face, and everywhere he goes, Don Jekyll Jr., there's trouble. And now it started that it's so much trouble he's taking wherever. If you're just there with him, you're going down too. Don't get anywhere near that man. He's a criminal. Everything he does is wrong. Dr. Birdman's did nothing but bring joy to the women and children up south northeast over here, driving up and down. All he does is bring a smile to your face, or at least gets empathy from you because of the bird, as sick as it is. And everybody needs to be reminded, what the world's like. There's help and there's no help. You don't get no help, a bird gonna die. Dig deep in your pockets, and he still wants you to dig deep in your pockets for hurt bird, wherever hurt bird is, whatever kind of shape hurt bird is. We just have to assume, because there's been no ruling that he's dead, but injured. And some people say ghost. That's a bunch of bull hockey. I don't care how many people go crazy. It's like I said, there's plenty of reasons to go crazy in this world. Don't need no ghost. Make up something for things to get worse. But anyway, any contributions you give, it is going to hurt bird as far as we know. And also some of that's going to go to Don Podge for his legal defense. So he wanted to thank you. I waive that $25. In fact, I turned that $25, just handed it right over to them. So we going the other way on this one today, because some people need it more than you.
Way to go, Jackie. We're losing money on a podcast.
Well, somebody's life and what they provide for this world is more popular than any podcast I ever heard of, or ever will be.
Podcast. Well, then they still ain't heard from his henchman, Jimmy.
Well, he's missing. I don't know if he's not
missing.
necessarily
He's on the land
right now, Jimmy. If you're listening, I know he ain't, because I don't know how would he listen. I don't know where he's gonna get a computer.
I'm not sure his hearing was intact.
Well, whatever reason he ain't listening, but just if you know, Jimmy, get this information. They just gonna want you there. They don't want you to. They ain't gonna arrest you. They just going to subpoena you, show up as a witness. That's all they say. So don't run from the police, Jimmy. Get in the car with them. They're going to bring you in. You give a statement, and they'll let you right back out on the freeway. So they ain't coming to get you. Don't run. Get that to Jimmy if you're listening. They just need you to testify. Need you as a witness. They just need to. And if you didn't say nothing, then you didn't say nothing. You just tell them that. But you need to tell them something, but you ain't under arrest. They got no warrant for you. So pass that on to Jimmy. If you see him, like I said, I know he ain't listening to this, but if you see him out on the highway, wherever, just pull over and let him know.
So that's Dr. Birdman.
That's why do you say it? It's my thing. I say it. Dr. Birdman appreciates all you support. Keep sending, just if you got $15, send $15. If you already got 5 cents, send 5 cents. Anywhere in that range or more.
That seems like a waste of time, honestly, send 5 cents somewhere.
Well, no, it ain't. That stuff adds up. I know it's a waste of time for you. Cents. I know that's a waste of time for you, but that adds up. If a lot of people, that's all they got to send in, then he's at least getting something.
If I ever get in a situation where I need people to send me money and all you guys 5 cents, keep that damn 5 cents. I don't want it.
Fine.
It's more of a hassle. Roll up a dang roll of quarters. You know how long that takes?
All right. Ain't nobody going to give you anything anyway. Ain't nobody going to give you any money for nothing, no matter what you say.
Folding money.
Enough.
Presidents on
That's fine. You can want whatever you want when the time comes, and I tell you, I sure as hell ain't going to give it because you be working off that beer you drinking right now. That's you got about 5-10 years of beer drinking that you owe me. So I don't ever need to give you 5 cents to a penny, none of it.
Jackie, my sponsor this week. Folks, if you want to know more of the story, we didn't really preface that with any sort of backstory, but you can hear it all go down on the episode. What's it called? I don't know. I think it says Ghost Bird in the title. It's the one right after 4th of July.
I don't have control over when you title these things. I wouldn't. See, that's how these things get.
That may be how it got started.
People start saying you put Ghost Bird down, and everybody goes, "Oh, what's that, Ghost Bird?" And then they hear the story and think, "Oh, it's a specter bird out there." Isn't it bad enough that we had a bird as big as he was, the color of the sky flying out there? Why do you got to make up Ghost? The reality of it, just him being loose.
It does seem like one step too far.
That seems you're taking it too far. Leave it at what it is. Why would anybody say a ghost? It don't make any sense. Now things look funny because the lightning hit and the explosion and the light. From an angle, people looked like something was leaving. The bird was leaving its body, but that's just because, I think half of it, I think, is because your head was shaking so much, everything blurry. Everybody's head was shaking because the rattling of all the noise in the ground, I mean, it make it, anybody get a concussion, you get your head shaking that much, it's going to look like a ghost or whatever. That's what I think half the time people happen when they saw Bigfoot or something. There's an earthquake before, and then they think they say, whatever, something wrong.
People would know if there was an earthquake before you seen Bigfoot. They would not. That would be in the newspaper. People tweet that as soon as the earthquake happens. Like, do y'all feel that?
Well, right after that, they'd be tweeting that, look, Bigfoot.
And how come with all these fracking earthquakes, it seems like people be seeing Bigfoot all over the place?
Well,
now.
this is back in. Nowadays, they've moved on. Now they've moved on to ghost birds. It's the point I'm trying to make. There ain't no Bigfoot.
You never seen a Bigfoot?
No, hell, there ain't no such thing. It was something to sell T-shirts in the 70s.
What about a Sasquatch?
It's the same thing, ain't it?
Is it? I don't know. I thought you might know the difference.
All I know is $6 million man, and there's a robot. That's as real as it got for me or anybody else. There ain't no Bigfoot out there. There ain't no ghost bird. So when you call something one of these things ghost bird, that puts it out there, perpetuates that kind of, foolishnness out there. Once the ball gets a rolling, everybody's thinking. Now, granted, a lot of the letters Dr. Birdman received, we ask him about ghosts, and, he may keep it going just so people will keep, sending in money.
He gets out of jail, he'll find some big bird or some mannequin bird, and he'll throw flour on it and put a sheet and cut two holes for his eyes on it and say, look, it's a ghost bird.
He ain't going to do no such of a thing.
That'll be $30 extra. He'll make people sign a form when they enter. If the ghost bird appears, I will owe $30 extra.
Whatever kind of entertainment he decides to do in the future, I guarantee it'll be worth you and your family's while. So whatever he chooses to do, whatever kind of routine he's going to do, the monkey show, Dr. Birdman's monkey show, or, hurt bird, whatever it is.
What happened to that monkey?
I don't know who's looking at. That's another reason to contact Jimmy.
Oh, you think Jimmy got the monkey?
I don't know. Don't nobody know. Just Jimmy, if it out there. The police need a statement, and just, people, Dr. Birdman, if he's got some questions, I'm sure.
So that's Dr. Birdman?
I'll say it. That's Dr. Birdman, currently down at Coley's. They're holding him at Coley's prison. As far as I know, he's just in the holding cell. Everybody there knows he's innocent, and he hasn't gone to trial yet, so he's doing okay in there. They ain't got him in the room ripping up Bibles and putting Bible pages, putting them in bags yet. Although I'm sure he'd volunteer to do that,
What'd they call that prison before Coley's bought the naming rights?
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's always, to me, it seems like it's always been Coley's.
It's because that's where Coley's had the prison working. Yeah, but
probably
they
the most famous prison in the world.
Well,
Folsom Prison, maybe.
Folsom, Alcatraz ain't open no more. People still to it.
Yeah.
Empty building. People say there's ghosts out there. People crazy. They gonna say things like that. There ain't no ghost bird. Ain't no ghost on Alcatraz. Ain't nothing like that. So Dr. Birdman, keep sending letters of support. Dig deep in your pockets, or dig as deep as you can, even if that's just slightly. Get what you can out of there. Put the envelopes in an old Dr. Birdman care, Coley's prison. Do not, I repeat, do not send it to Don Podge. Nothing against Don Podge. Dr. Birdman just told me to make sure not to send it, even though that's his legal representation. Don't send it to him. Send it to Dr. Birdman directly in prison.
Jackie, my sponsor this week is Sullivan's Auto Parts and McKinley Air Conditioning.
What?
Sales, repair, stay cool this summer with McKinley.
I've had enough of all this.
They had their Peace Summit. Folks, let me give you a little backstory on this. See how fast I can do this. Sullivan's Auto Parts was a sponsor on this show, and McKinley's Air Conditioning was a sponsor on this show. And Jackie opened up his big mouth and stirred up some bad blood.
I didn't say anything. Whatever the problems they had ain't got nothing to do with me. I said that's the reason I ain't got nothing to do with them now. If they going to go over to Jickie, try to work whatever out, that's fine. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And that ain't the reason they're over there. If they're out there bad-mouthing me, to hell with both of them. I don't want to have anything to do with either one of them. They were both fine establishments. I thought you could have if you needed your car worked on, need something for your car, you go there. If you need your washing machine, air conditioner.
Why? It's not. It's air conditioning.
I get the two mixed up.
You get air conditioning and washing machines mixed up?
Big appliance things like that, you go to Sears. What are you going to Sears for? Fix your washing machine and get there. Either. I'm just saying. I just get them mixed up.
Refrigerators or
all those things to me.
Freezers.
They do different things, but they just, when it comes out of my mouth, they say like the same thing. So what I'm saying is, both are fine. Everybody needs one of the two, but you're saying, no, you can only go to one or the other because they're enemies, this and that, and it's because of me, and that's a bunch of bull.
Well, they was enemies because McKinley had found a photograph of Sullivan, supposedly, allegedly Sullivan, he couldn't really see the face, but he had his hand around a boob.
All right, I don't need to hear it. It ain't nobody's business. Nobody cares about it. I don't. Are they your sponsor? If they are your real sponsors, just say their name and what they do, and don't say any of this.
McKinley said it was his cousin Lynette's boob. Her husband was in the wheelchair Olympics, and it looked like Sullivan was fooling around with her.
Enough.
And it just turned into a thing, but they sort of made their peace with it. Then Jackie got on here saying they were best of friends.
I never said no such thing. I said I saw them both eating in the store. That's all I saw. They sat down, they were talking to each other, eating barbecue sandwiches. I don't know if that was the first time. I don't know if that's the 100th time. But they looked like they were laughing and jovial. That's all I said. I didn't say they was best friends. Quit putting words in my mouth.
Well, things have heated up, and now the whole town is torn down the middle. Murfreesboro citizens here in town have signs in their yard like election signs, only they don't say vote Sullivan, vote McKinley. They just say Sullivan and McKinley. Are you Team Sullivan? Are you Team McKinley? The debates have caused several fish
This town
fights.
gets silly. They're saying there's a ghost bird, and just about, I'm serious, wherever you driving here, they either got a McKinley or a Sullivan sign in the yard over this nonsense.
It does seem like there's a lot of stuff going on, and people are on edge. I don't know if it's just the state of the world or if it's just
the whole world's messing up, but why not focus on those problems, mainly Obama, as opposed to whether McKinley and Sullivan get along? I don't see why I don't care whether they get along or don't like each other. They get on with their lives, whatever.
Well,
I don't need to be involved in it. And I ain't going to put no sign out in my yard saying either one of the names.
Well, I said last week they was going to have a peace summit at Jickie's, who recently started selling barbecue, and he took out the gas pumps and put in a playground for kids. Jackie was upset about that.
And it's because of barbecue is what I was upset. He can put whatever he wants in there, but he's serving barbecue. He knows that's what I do. He ain't but on the other side of Longhorns over there.
Longhorns dancing parlor.
Yeah.
Got a lot of balls to keep in the air here. So Sullivan and McKinley had their peace summit down at Jickie's barbecue. They could not really, they tried to they called it a ceasefire, but nobody's really been shooting at anybody yet. There were so many children there, they couldn't, just the screams, they were eating outside. Jickie was there. Everybody said the barbecue was great. Best barbecue they ever had. This summit is, they're already referring to it in the press as the Delicious Barbecue Summit.
Enough. I don't care how delicious it is.
But with the children screaming and running around on that playground, neither one of them could hear anything, and the kids would run up and grab them by the leg. And
that's what you get for building
I'm Team Sullivan.
You put monkey bars and slides and all that out there. That's what all the kids are going to be there. It's backfired on him. That's what I knew. He said he was thinking, I'll put this in, and Mom and Daddy get a break. But no, he just got a bunch of them. Instead of two screaming at you, take them somewhere where you got 25, 30 of them screaming.
Well, they both accused each other of saying they weren't taking it serious. They were using these kids as shields.
What?
It's like noise shields.
Noise shields?
I don't know. It was in the heat of the moment. I'm not sure if
What?
they knew what they were talking about. And so what they decided to do, they collected themselves. There was a brief shoving match. And there was a point where Sullivan was chasing McKinley around the playground, and there was a monkey bar chase where they both actually did the monkey bar thing. They went hand to hand on the monkey bars, which was cool, but no reason for it. They were just showing off, really. And they said, you know what? That was fun, but we are not making any peace progress. So Jickie apologized, and what they want to do now, Jackie, I
don't care what Jickie did. I don't need to hear about any goings-on with Jickie from here on out the rest of my damn life.
They're serious about peace because they see how it's affecting the town. And now all they want to do is have a peace summit somewhere where there's no one else around, and they thought about your store.
Oh, hell. They ain't coming in here.
Now, all you would have to have in here, Jackie, is Sullivan-McKinley,
No.
Lynette and her boob,
Oh, hell.
her wheelchair
No,
husband,
no.
Jickie,
No, Jickie's never coming in here.
and they got to call in to John Kerry.
Don't. I
He's not gotten back to him.
I
but-
don't want John Kerry in here. I don't want any of them in here.
So if this is for peace, Jackie,
I
now,
don't give a damn about after
Oh.
what they said about me and run me down. I don't. They can do whatever.
It is sort of your fault. And
It
they keep
ain't my
calling
fault.
You, they said they keep calling you to ask you themselves.
Well, that's another thing. Don't call up 3 in the morning, 2 in the
Well,
morning.
they work a lot, and that's just the first free time they have. So
Well,
they said
I
they've
don't
been calling
care.
you 3 or 4.
I pull the
AM.
cord out between hours of 9 o'clock till I get up in the morning, 7.
You are not. That's a. How many hours a night is that you sleep?
I don't necessarily sleep at all.
That's 10 hours of sleep you're getting.
Well, I'm getting up in that age. I need my sleep if I want to keep going.
Are you on? Are you taking sleeping pills? Or
No,
something?
I don't take no damn sleeping pills.
That's just 10 hours a night.
Well, that's when
well
the
rested.
phone,
And then
whether I'm
there's-
sleeping or not, that's when the phone ain't ringing off a damn hook with one of them. I don't care. I'm through with them. They run my mouth. I don't run my mouth about them. I just said what I saw. They run their mouth tearing me down.
Well,
and
they
I
said
think-
they figured you were up watching the Rockford Files anyway, but I said he just puts that on to go sleep on Netflix. And
Well, I
just
like
lets it go.
TV on when I lay down to rest. I go back and finish it if I fall asleep in the middle if it's a good one.
So we're gonna have the Peace Summit here at Jackie's Market.
No, you're not. No, none of them are coming in here. And ain't no peace in this store. No.
There's fights breaking out on the street corners. There's yelling. There's egging of houses if they've got the wrong sign in their yard. Most of that's me. Man, really,
Well,
the sign is secondary.
It's not my responsibility. If it's them two, they got everybody so riled up, and they need to go out there and tell people to calm down. It ain't my responsibility.
So Jackie hates peace, everybody.
Well,
so if
I
Israel
don't want them in my store.
and Hamas came to you and said, "Can we have a peace summit in your store?"
I ain't gonna have no Hamas in my store. I don't have no terrorists in the store.
Not even for peace.
Not for terrorists. Don't believe in it.
So you wouldn't have, if you could solve the Middle East crisis, you would not have Hamas and Netanyahu,
No.
and John Kerry,
No.
and Obama
Hell no.
in your store.
No.
If you could fix Israel and Palestine and bombings and all that, you wouldn't-
Israel's fine. Israel fine on its own. Don't need my help. They're doing what they need to do. If it's fighting terrorism's bad. That's it. I don't care how many children die. If they have to kill every last child alive on the world, so be it. If they can get rid of terrorism, that's fine with me.
Well, thanks, John Voight. So you're saying if Israel, let me get this straight. You're not saying if Israel has to kill all the Palestinian children. You're saying every child in the world.
I don't mean that. No, and they ain't going to do that.
Swedish,
I'm just
British.
I'm saying there's sacrifices that need to be made in order to defeat terrorism. That was
Sure.
you. I was just using. That's
little
just
brown sacrifice.
That's just a figure of speech. I don't mean them to go around slaughtering children everywhere. I'm just saying if a terrorist has children, he shouldn't have children. If he don't want them blowed up, he's blowing up stuff half the time.
Well, that sounds like damn old Nazi. Tell you who can have. There's a word for it. I can't think of it. Where you can't have kids. Well, we'll cut your nuts off, and you can't have kids.
I didn't say any of that. I'm just saying. Well, there'd be less children getting blown up if that was the case.
Well, yeah, less children in the world equals less children getting blown up.
Well,
so you think
whose fault is what I'm saying? And
I don't
it's
know.
a terrorist.
People like to fuck.
Enough.
Hamas. It don't matter who you are. Hamas, priests. That's the key to understanding the world right there. People like to have sex.
All right, I don't
They're
want
going
to
to have kids.
I don't need to hear about it.
If you tell them they can't have sex, they're going to grab a kid and pull them into a church closet. That's what happens. I think I'm getting sidetracked.
I don't want to hear about this.
I just tried to walk back, Jackie saying Israel should kill all the children of the world.
I didn't.
That's anti-Semitic.
It's a figure of speech, ain't?
That sounds like Hitler right there. The Jews won't kill all the children of the world.
I didn't say it. No
Red
such
and
thing.
yellow, black or white. All the Jews want to kill all the children of the world.
All right, enough.
I don't know how that song goes exactly.
There ain't no song like that, and don't put words in my mouth.
You never went to anti-Semitic vacation Bible school?
No, I'm making it's a figure of speech. Some children have to die for the big picture, not all the children. All the children.
Just a few of the ones we don't like.
To stop terrorism. If you let terrorism keep going, then there'll be 9/11 every day. How many people die, women, men, and children?
9/11 every day. We'd run out of buildings.
I did find something to blow up.
Well, eventually, if you have 9/11 every day, you just blowing up yesterday's holes.
Well, they'd blow up people. They'd be hurting people, however, whether it's building a house or cave or whatever. It don't matter. Terrorism, trying to start terrorism, it needs to be stopped.
Terrorism does need to be stopped, Jackie.
Yes, sir. And then Hamas, these terrorists is what they are.
Did you start to call them terrorisms? Because I like that word.
I just said it, terrorist.
Terrorism
Hamas
sounds like
is terrorist country, and you can't. It's horrible what's happening. I know us children hadn't grown up to be terrorists just yet, so maybe you're doing those children a favor.
Yeah, Minority Report. Get them before they make a choice to do something bad.
Didn't say you. I'd put them out of the misery.
Half
the time, a terrorist put a bomb on himself and go somewhere, blow his own self up as well, killing everybody else. They're crazy. Terrorists is crazy. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't mean to kill all.
I think we can agree that terrorists are crazy, or sometimes maybe they're freedom fighters. What was damn old Benjamin Franklin?
What?
Terrorist?
Oh, hell.
Freedom fighter?
He wasn't no
pervert.
Hey, scientist, he's smart, and he wrote all them books. He discovered lightning.
And kites. He made the first kite.
He made the very first kite.
Not those Chinese kites, but a regular
Like a
one.
regular. Yeah, like over here.
Well, this has been a good debate, Jackie. I think
I'm not saying I know everything or how to resolve it. I'm just saying there can't be terrorists, period. And if you got to blow them all up, it's a crying shame. I don't want children to get blown up any more than anybody else. If my words were taken wrong, I want to make sure it's clear. I don't like it when no kind of children die. Red, yellow, black, or white, they're precious in my sight as well as the Lord's, and I don't think children need to. See, that's how the song goes. I remember I went to church years ago. But these, when war happens, people die. And if you got to fight the war to get terrorism done with, then so be it.
Wait, didn't Obama just say that?
What?
What you just said.
What do you mean what I just said?
Didn't Obama just say people die in wars?
Oh, hell. He that bright? Did he figure that out on his own?
You just said the same thing Obama said.
Well,
you and Obama on the same page.
If you can hold your hand in front of your face and count 5 fingers, then that's the same thing. It don't make everybody knows that people die in wars. Ain't nothing to that.
He didn't say children need to die in wars.
Well, they do. See, he's trying to sugarcoat it. Is what he's doing.
Well,
he's trying to.
Know if it was that much sugar he put on there, but yours is like.
But anybody got any sense knows to say that. I'm surprised he even said it. I don't listen to what he says, number one. But everybody knows people die in wars. I ain't on his side with that.
That was Obama that said that, right?
I don't know. I don't listen to him. And one thing he needs to say that he don't say is like people die in wars, but hopefully it's the enemy. He should have followed it with that if he didn't say that.
So that's the Sullivan-McKinley Peace Summit coming soon to Jackie Bro's
It ain't
store.
coming here. None of them are coming here.
With special guest stars Lynette and her boob, her wheelchair husband.
I don't.
Maybe John Kerry.
No.
and starring Jickie as himself at Jackie's store.
No.
He said he's going to bring his own barbecue so you can
He
have
better
some.
not step foot in the parking lot. If
And
he
with
gets
that-
that close, it's too close. That is over. That friendship is long gone. Used to be fine. He gonna rip me off. He did tear my heart out. I ain't gonna have nothing to do with no Jickie no more.
He said if you wouldn't let him come through, they just come in through the tunnels.
What?
He got that tunnel system.
Oh, tell them all to go Jockies. That's where they belong, all of them. Send them to Jockies where they're
Nobody wants to go to Jockey's. If they can't have it here, they're going to have it down in Jockey's bunker, and they all think it's pretentious down there with the
Pretentious. I don't
with the
care what
art
they think it is.
In the classical music piped in. Jockey's bunker it's really just nobody. You can never get comfortable. Everybody's putting on airs, and you have to dress up. So nobody wants to go to Jockey's bunker to have a peace summit. They want to do it down here.
No.
Now there are.
They do it out in the road before they do it here. They ain't doing it here. It ain't happening here. None of them coming in here. That's it. Done.
So that's the Sullivan-McKinley Peace Summit here at Jackie's
No,
store.
it ain't here at this store.
We'll
Quit saying
update
that.
you. We'll let you know how things. Hopefully, there'll be a ceasefire, so to speak, and we'll be able to get back to the peaceful, calm, bucolic Murfreesboro.
Well,
of
I want
yesteryear.
that. I would like that to happen, but to hell with both of them. No, they ain't coming here.